Hello everyone, welcome back to another video. Today I'm going to do a movie review on Spider-Man Brand New Day. Yep, I've finally seen it. This might have been my most anticipated movie of the summer. I am going to talk about spoilers, but that won't be until the end of near the end of the video. So, yeah, I'll let you know when I talk about spoilers. So it's been almost 5 years since we had a live-action Tom Holland Spider-Man movie, and we've been waiting on this movie for a long time, and I've finally seen it today, and it was worth the wait. I loved it. It was great. Yeah, Spider-Man might be my favorite superhero of all time, like my favorite Marvel superhero. He's up there with Iron Man. Yeah, either him or Iron Man is my favorite superhero. So in this movie, it pretty much shows what Peter Parker was up to since No Way Home, and that he's pretty much Spider-Man more than Peter Parker since no one remembers him. And I think his suit might be the best suit he's ever worn. And might be the best live action Spider Man suit. And I really liked near the beginning of the movie. This is not really a spoiler because this was in the first trailer. There's a scene, a montage of Spider Man fighting villains, and he recreates some comic covers, and the Punisher does return in this movie. We haven't seen him since, well, the Punisher special that came out a few months ago. Yeah, it was cool seeing Spider-Man and Punisher team up. I think that's probably one of the best parts of the movie, and them arguing, and yeah. I also really like that some point of the movie, they show that they care about each other, and I like how they handle him in a PG-13 movie because I think he's more of a rated R character. This movie was directed by Destin Daniel Cretton. He directed Shang-Chi and Wonder Man. Oh, and speaking of Wonder Man, I've heard they canceled season 2. I'm like, why? I mean, I loved that show. It was one of the better Marvel shows. Spider-Man does get organic webs in this movie, kind of like the Tobey Maguire Spider-Man. Yeah, it was pretty funny seeing him using them for the first time. It was funny. It was cool seeing Hulk back. And Bruce Banner is okay, this is not a spoiler, this was in the trailer too. He's like a science teacher at a college. It was nice seeing Peter Parker and Bruce Banner interacting since we've never really seen them interact before. And they finally brought back the Savage Hulk. We haven't seen the Savage Hulk since Infinity War, and it was nice seeing him back as Savage Hulk, even though it was only for one scene, but that was a great scene, the Spider-Man versus Hulk scene. There are a few Spider-Man villains in this movie, Tombstone, even though he only showed up for a few seconds. Scorpion makes an appearance. We haven't seen him since the post-credit scene of Spider-Man Homecoming. The Hand is in it, and a few other Spider-Man villains, but they're only in the montage scene. But there is one villain. The main villain is a secret villain. I'll talk about it when I talk about spoilers. I do really love the visuals, and I loved that the web swinging scenes weren't CGI. They actually used practical effects for this movie, and I thought that was pretty cool. And this might be the best out of the 4 Tom Holland Spider-Man movies. And it's definitely in my top 10 favorite MCU movies. I think I might just put it in my ranking, maybe like 5 or 6. And there is a post-credit scene in this movie, of course. It was kind of lame, to be honest. I mean, it did kind of tease something, but it was pretty lame. And fun fact, that might be the only spoiler I've actually seen before I saw the movie. Because I saw it on YouTube, and I actually thought it was fake. Because I was like, there's no way that's the post-credit scene. And it was. It was pretty lame. I mean, if you want, you can wait to see the post-credit scene. Because it still kind of teased something. I'm gonna talk about it, well, now. So, I'm gonna be talking about spoilers right now. So, if you haven't seen the movie, click off this video if you don't want to get spoiled. Okay, so the post-credit scene, so earlier in the movie, Ned created a Spider-Man tracker app, and so it was pretty much the app, and it showed that Spider-Man was off planet. So maybe it could be a tease for like Avengers, Doomsday, or Secret Wars. Yelena from Thunderbolts does make an appearance in this movie, and she actually appeared more than I thought. I thought it would just be like a small cameo, but she appeared in like 3 scenes. And it turns out she's like friends with Spider-Man. So maybe in Avengers Doomsday or Secret Wars, Yelena recruits Spider-Man since she has his number. Okay, I'm gonna talk about the villain of the movie. So pretty much the villain of the movie is Jean Grey, and she's played by Sadie Sink. You might know her as Max from Stranger Things. So pretty much she mind controls people and full Spider-Man like. She did mind control Scorpion, Hulk, and even MJ. Okay, so in the movie, Spider-Man did try to tell MJ who he was, and then they did kiss, and Jean Grey was controlling MJ and like acting like she remembers Peter now, and Peter Parker fought, and then she fell off the building, and Spider-Man saved her. And for a sec, during that scene, I thought MJ might die. And I loved that, they mentioned some callbacks to the other Tom Holland Spider-Man movies. Aunt May does make an appearance, but as like a flashback. Sometimes in the movie, Spider-Man actually like gone savage, like his eyes turn black, and since he was like evolving, he like turns savage and can't control it. So he puts on a thing that kind of stops him from going savage, kind of like what Bruce Banner wears to stop the Savage Hulk coming out. And there is a moment where Spider-Man met Ned, and I thought that was a sweet moment of them building the Star Wars Legos. Okay, I think I kind of lied about Jean Grey being the main villain, because actually I think the true villain was the Commissioner, because he actually took and killed Jean Grey's sister, and I guess that's why she turned evil, because she wanted revenge on him. So, like, during, like, the final battle of the movie, the Commissioner was trying to kill Jean Grey, and then Jean Grey kind of froze part of New York. And during the final battle, Spider-Man was fighting the Hand and defeats them and trying to stop Jean Grey. Going into Peter Parker's mind in a memory with Aunt May, and Aunt May tells Jean Grey that she was special and loved for who she is and not just for her powers, and found out that getting revenge won't heal her, and Peter Parker makes her promise that she'll find a new peaceful life, and she catches a bus at the end. Then Punisher showed up and he accidentally shot Spider-Man in the back because he was going to shoot Jean Grey, but Spider-Man saved her. And Punisher took Spider-Man to the hospital. And like I said, I liked that the Punisher was caring about Peter. And I actually thought Spider-Man was actually gonna die. But thankfully he recovered and he wakes up with Punisher right next to him. And everyone in New York came to, well, outside the hospital cheering, hoping Spider-Man is okay. And Peter Parker leaves the hospital, and something funny, the Punisher actually puts the Spider-Man mask on and pretends he's Spider-Man from the hospital window, and I thought that was kind of funny. And the movie ends with Peter Parker seeing Ned again, and he actually reintroduced himself to Ned, and they did their handshake, and he realized that he can't make Ned and MJ remember who he is. Instead, he's just going to make new memories with them. And that's how it ends. And I already talked about the post-credit scene. So yeah, Spider-Man will return in Avengers, Doomsday, or Secret Wars. I'm not 100% sure if he's going to be in Doomsday, but I already know he's going to be in Secret Wars. But yeah, that's my review on Spider-Man Brand New Day. I'm going to give this movie a 10 out of 10. As of right now, it's my favorite movie of the year. Oh yeah, I've not seen The Odyssey yet, but hopefully I watch it and do a review on it. Let's just say hopefully sometime this month. But yeah, that's all I gotta say. Great movie, and I can't wait for Avengers Doomsday coming out in December. Yeah, this was a long review. Thank you guys for watching, and bye.